Welcome to the English with Kirsty podcast from www.englishwithkirsty.com. Here I'll be sharing with you tips, information and other learning resources so that you can improve your business English. Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 46 of the English with Kirsty podcast. And today I'm going to talk about learning online. So anyone that knows anything about the work that I do, I only teach online. So if people are looking for face-to-face training, then I'm not the teacher for them. But this isn't about convincing everybody that online learning is the best way, because as a learner, I've learned both face-to-face and online, and sometimes with the same person. It just depended on our schedules whether we wanted to meet up and have a coffee together or learn online. So the reason I wanted to do this is that sometimes people say, oh no, I couldn't possibly learn online because, and some of the reasons are, they definitely believe them, but they're not as bad as people think, and sometimes they wouldn't necessarily prevent somebody from learning online. So I just wanted to have a look at some of those today. First of all, starting with the positive, some of the reasons that people have given me for why they like to work online. So the people that I work with, they say you can take part in the lessons from anywhere. So from your home, from your office. I've even had somebody learning from their balcony in Spain on holiday. They didn't want to miss a lesson, so they had it from the balcony. You don't spend time traveling, so you can save time. You don't spend money travelling, so either petrol or a bus fare or something like that. And also you don't have to worry about being late. You know, if there's traffic or if the bus or the train is late, you don't need to worry about that. It's good training for you if you are in a job where you need to speak to people online, either on the telephone or in video conferences, so you can get some practice doing that. You don't need to find someone to look after your dog or children. But I know someone whose dog, she didn't like to leave her dog alone, so it was good for her because her dog could be there in the lessons. You're not limited to trainers in your local area, which means that you can work with people from all over the world. You can really find somebody that's offering what you want. Okay, so they are some positives, but there are some reasons why people feel that they couldn't learn online, and some of them are true. Some people really do better in a face-to-face environment, but sometimes people don't understand that there are other options. So just have a look at these possible problems and what I've heard and what I think about them. So I need to see the person that I'm talking to, and some people feel that's really important because listening on its own is not enough, but many teachers who teach online will use the webcam, so it's not the same as being in the same room as them, but you can see their facial expressions and their gestures and you can look at them, and it's not completely telephone based, although some people do ask for the camera to be turned off. I've had people saying that because they want the telephone practice, but most of the time whilst you won't be in the same room, you will be able to see the other person. Number 2, I don't like the technology. And that is true for some people, though, particularly people who aren't using technology all day, every day at work, or even if they are, maybe they want to get away from the technology. But there is a scale in terms of online teachers and how much they use the technology in their classroom. Some people have interactive learning areas where they upload the documents and you can write and they can write and that kind of thing. But some people just use the technology as a means for setting up this call, and that's what I do. So if there are grammar worksheets, or if there is a text that we're going to look at, or if there's a listening exercise, I will send it to the customer first, and then they can print it out, have it on their screen, do whatever feels comfortable for them, and then we just use Skype or FaceTime or Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp Messenger, the telephone messenger in WhatsApp, to communicate. But there isn't it isn't like an interactive classroom. So number 3, I've had bad experiences with online teachers. I've had bad experiences with online trainers as well, but it doesn't mean that they're all bad. I mean, the people that I know that teach online are very dedicated and hardworking. I know some people get into the teaching English business because they just think it's a way to get some extra money, and they're not really interested in it as a career or in really helping people. But there'll be people in all professions that are perhaps not as good as some other people. So you may have had bad experiences online, but I would say that it's better to vet people, to have a look at exactly what they're offering, whether they're the right fit for you, and to not think that everybody will be like those people that you've had a bad experience with, because everybody's different, and it doesn't mean that because you've had a bad experience that all experiences of this type of training will be bad, because you can have a bad face-to-face experience as well. And also, many teachers will allow you to have some time with them before any kind of training starts, so you can talk to them. I have a free introductory meeting, so we can talk about what I offer, what the other person wants, and many other teachers do that as well, so you can find out whether you will work well together, whether you're likely to work well together before you actually commit to paying for lessons. Number 4, I don't think that I'd be able to concentrate. And I was thinking about this the other day, because I was supposed to be watching a webinar, and I was answering emails and preparing social media posts and writing invoices, and I knew that I wasn't fully concentrating on what I was supposed to be watching, which was okay, but that is a passive activity, whereas being in a lesson, particularly a one-to-one lesson, is an active you're doing something active, so you are more likely to concentrate, because people will be asking, the teacher will be asking you questions and your opinion on things. So it's not like something that you're just watching a video or watching a webinar. However, you do have a role to play as well. So if you're checking Facebook all the time and not listening, then you won't get as much out of the lesson as you would if you were giving it your full attention. And also, I know people that have had face-to-face lessons, and their customers weren't concentrating. They kept taking calls and texting people and doing all kinds of stuff. So really, you get in what you get out what you put in. So if you're focused, then you will benefit more from the experience, whether it is online or face-to-face. I've only done face-to-face learning before, is another thing that people say, and that's true, because a lot of, if we go to school, or a lot of other training that's been done in the past at work has been face-to-face classroom training. A lot of companies are actually moving away from that, because there are other options available, like online training or self-paced learning, where people learn by themselves using videos and that kind of thing. But yeah, you may have only done it before, but that doesn't mean you can't try something new. Number 6, I never get any peace at home, and that is a problem. If you're not somewhere that you can be quiet and where people won't disturb you, that probably isn't. It would be better for you to go somewhere where you work with a trainer or attend some kind of course, because you won't be able to concentrate if you keep getting interrupted. There are places that offer free Wi-Fi where you could perhaps go and have the lesson there, but if home isn't a quiet place, and unless you can't work from work or something like that, maybe there's a meeting room or something like that at work, but if you can't be undisturbed, then that is a potential deal breaker for online learning. Number 7, my internet connection is terrible. And again, that is, unless I know people that have changed providers, and that did actually help, because they kept having problems with their internet connection. I know people that have changed where they do their lessons, and I also know people who have said, okay, I know that our internet connection isn't very good, so we'll just do voice instead of video. But yeah, if your internet connection is a problem, then that would be another reason why you may not want to do online training. Number 8, I would miss the interaction with other learners, and that's kind of a different discussion. It isn't the online versus offline teaching discussion, it's the one-to-one versus group learning. And if you're online, it doesn't mean you can't be part of a group. I'm setting up an English learning group There'll be more information about this on the show notes page, which I'll give you the link for at the end. But you can have a group online, you can have group calls, you can have a Facebook group where you interact with the other group members. So just because you're learning online doesn't mean that it has to be one-to-one training. If you prefer to learn along with other people, then there are also groups that help you to do that. Number 9, and this is the last one. My computer is really old. And yeah, that is a problem for some people, but you don't just need to use your computer to take part in an online lesson. For example, things like Skype. There's also an app, and if you have a really good data package, or you can get onto your home Wi-Fi with your smartphone, then there's no reason why you can't use your phone or your tablet for lessons. So it doesn't have to be your computer. It can be your phone or your tablet or another device, as long as you can access an app like Skype or FaceTime or WhatsApp or even Facebook Messenger. There's an audio and video option for Facebook Messenger too, and I've used it for lessons. So there are plenty of other options. You don't have to be limited if your computer or laptop is really old. Okay, so I just wanted to run through those because these are some things that people have said to me, and ultimately people have to decide what's right for them. But I think you can make the best decision if you have all the facts, and that's why I wanted to look at some of these reasons that people have given me and suggest some alternatives if that's what people want to do. And if anyone is interested in an introduction session with me, then you are welcome to contact me about that. I will add links to the English and German page about that on the show notes page, as well as the information about the group that's planned for September and the link to join the Facebook group. So there's quite a lot on there, so I won't give all those links because they'll be a pain to remember. But if you go to www.englishwithkirsty.com/podcast/episode 46, you will find all of the links there. And also you'll have the opportunity to contact me, and that would be great because I love to hear from people who are listening to my podcast. So I hope for anyone who is thinking about online training and whether it's right for them, I can't answer whether it's right for you, but I hope that's given you some information that will help you to make your decision. Okay, have a great week and have fun learning English. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the English with Kirsty podcast. If you have any questions or comments, my email address is kirsty@englishwithkirsty.com, or you can go to www.englishwithkirsty.com/podcast, where you'll find information about the individual episodes.